Ciao, friends, and welcome to our very first trip to Italy. We spent 3 unforgettable nights exploring iconic sites like the Vatican, the Colosseum, Trevi Fountain, and much more. And of course, we ate some amazing food. But what really surprised us was something we did on our last night. We joined a food tour that ended up being one of the highlights of our entire trip. We tried dishes we'd never heard of, visited spots we totally miss on our own, and overall had a fantastic time. So come along with us as we explore the beauty, history, and flavors of Rome. Okay, we just arrived in Italy. We're in Rome, and we started off right away with some tours. We toured around the city a little bit, saw some ancient cobblestones, and now we're at our first official stop, kind of is at the catacombs. So we just bought our tickets. Tickets were 10 euros each, and we're about to head down to the catacombs. I really don't know what to expect. It's beautiful in here. The ride in was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But today our day is spent on unusual sites in Rome. So that's what we're doing. Tomorrow will be more traditional sites in Rome. So I'm excited to go see the catacombs. I don't even know what to think. We have 5 minutes till our tour starts.
That's where the early Christians were
Buried, right, okay.
before Christianity was legalized.
Right. So we just came out of the catacombs, and it's fascinating. There's 500,000 persecuted Christians who were persecuted at that time, hidden here in the catacombs when they died. And it's pretty amazing down there, 500,000. I'm out of breath because when you walk down to the catacombs, you have to walk back up the stairs. And I'm really glad we got to do this tour. The catacombs is kind of right outside of the city center. And we're with Rome Private Excursions. You'll probably hear me mention them several times in our time here in Rome. And I don't think we would have done this hadn't been for them. We would have seen some of the major sites that we're going to see tomorrow, but I'm so glad we did this. It was fascinating to see all of the tombs, basically. And we were only down there for 20 minutes. We didn't see a quarter of what's there, but if you have a chance to come visit the catacombs when you're in Rome and you have time, it's well worth it. And there was popes buried down there as well. Do you remember how many? 5?
At least 5.
Yeah. There's some popes that were buried down there, and then some saints as well. But he was telling us the saints, the bones of the saints have been moved to the Vatican.
Yeah.
The representation still is here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we're at the church St. Peter's in Chains, and we're going to go check it out. What did he say the significance of it was?
It is said that they have some of the chains that St. Peter wore when he was imprisoned.
Okay.
And brought to Rome.
Right, from Jerusalem.
Yes.
Right, okay, that's what he said, right.
Yeah.
We're going to go check it out. So I don't think we realized that when we walked in, or I didn't, I want to only speak for myself. I didn't realize, we're going to see a work of art from Michelangelo.
Yeah.
So that's his Moses that we just saw.
Right.
And it was originally commissioned for the Vatican, I read.
Yeah.
But now,
Right.
but now it's here. I didn't expect that. That's fun. That's nice. So we're trying our first gelato in Italy. This is right down the street from our hotel. And it's so good. I got salted caramel. It looked so good. And just vanilla. And you got?
I got dark chocolate and butterscotch.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
We have to eat it till it's melting.
Yeah.
So our tours today, we're with Rome Private Excursions. So we have a private tour with this gentleman, Mike, all day. We've had a great time so far, even though for the day we got off the airplane, we hit the ground running. We were exhausted last night. It's great to be driven around the city and taught things and seen things we wouldn't normally have seen, not having to be able to hunt things down. So it's been a great experience so far, but it's early in the morning, Rome Private Excursions, and we're ready for the rest of our day. Are you ready to climb? Ready
That
to
would
climb?
get our steps in for
Yes,
sure.
but I think we'll take the little gradual way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go up this hill because there's a beautiful view of the Roman Forum up here, but we're not gonna climb these steps. We're gonna go over here. Our tour guide suggested it might be a little easier going up this. We still have to go up a hill, so I don't think that that's not gonna happen. But we're gonna go up this way. It's a little bit easier than the steps. So the walk we just took brought us to a beautiful overlook of the Roman Forum, which is absolutely stunning on this beautiful day. We walked up that hill. It really wasn't so bad. I'm glad we didn't walk up the steps.
Yeah.
I'm glad his suggestion, but this is really very amazing. And it's a beautiful view of the Roman Forum. We're going to see all of the sites today. Today we're going to see the Roman Forum like we're here. We're going to go to the Vatican. We're going to go to the Colosseum.
Yep.
We're going to St. Peter's Basilica.
Yep.
So we have a lot to show you today, as well as our first time visiting any of these places. We're walking down the street. We're on our way to Trevi Fountain. Excited to see this. Doesn't look too crowded, too bad yet. It's
can hear the water.
8:44 in the morning. All right, off to Trevi Fountain. So exciting. Okay, we're off to the Spanish Steps. We just left the Trevi Fountain. We were driven over here. Now we're told to walk down the street and we'll see the Spanish Steps. We found out from our tour guide that they're called the Spanish Steps because at the base of the Spanish Steps is the Spanish embassy.
Yes, embassy.
But the French built the Spanish Steps.
Yes,
so,
they did.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So we're headed to the Spanish Steps. Very exciting.
So they're really the French steps,
Yes, but
but they call them
the Spanish Steps. All right, so we just left the Spanish Steps, and now we're at the Colosseum. It's great. We just keep getting from place to place and enjoy so much this morning. So now we're off to the Colosseum. Okay, we just entered the Colosseum. You need tickets to get into the Colosseum. I think they're around $200. I can't remember for both of us. And then they check your tickets. You need a picture ID also to get in, which I didn't know. And we had our driver's license with us and it was fine.
Yeah.
And then when you come into the Colosseum, you also go through security. So those are kind of the steps. You need a ticket, you need ID once you have your ticket to get in, and then you go through security and then you're in. So right there where you see all those ruins, that's actually the level that was below
The floor.
the floor where the fighting would happen. So like where all those people are standing over there is kind of the level. So that's where they kept people before they brought them up for whatever fighting was done. Amazing. And by the way, prepare for crowds when you come to the Colosseum.
Yes.
It's pretty crowded.
Like us,
Yeah.
everyone wants to come and see.
Yeah, but we found a spot by the rail. And there's lots of interesting things inside, artifacts and things, for sure. Definitely worth a visit. And those angled uprights looks like where there was stands, like where people would sit. It's pretty amazing. And the stadium, or the Colosseum,
Right.
held 250,000 people. That's a lot. People came from far and wide. I think when you think about the fact that this is how stadiums are built today, you know, Yankee Stadium, football stadiums, it's all very similar design to what we see here.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. That's why the Romans were so advanced in so many things
That's for sure.
as far as architecture. So we decided to stop at a little sandwich shop for our visit to the Vatican because we didn't really eat much breakfast. This came highly recommended from our driver who dropped us off here. So we're having a little sandwich and then we're going to meet him and he's going to bring us to the Vatican, but we needed to eat. And I asked him if he wanted to join us and he said, no, it's too early. And it is early, it's like 11:30, but we were up and out this morning and we didn't get a chance to eat breakfast, like nothing. I think I had a cracker, so I was starving. So I'm excited to have this sandwich.
Oh, it's warm.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
It's nice.
I know, I can't wait to take a bite.
Okay.
I already told everybody that we were starving, and it's 11:30, and our driver Mike laughed at us for having lunch this early, but we're starving, and it looks delicious. We both got a turkey version of a turkey sandwich. Looks like that bread has a nice little crunch to it. Mm-hmm. We might have to like switch off. That's perfect.
Okay.
Half and half, we'll see. Okay, so we just got into the Vatican for the Vatican tour, and we're very excited. We got to skip that whole line. That line that you saw is for people that don't have tickets, so definitely get your tickets. But even if you get tickets, you're waiting in a long line because you have to go through security. And we got to skip a lot of that because we booked a private tour. And it was about 200 euros for the both of us for this private tour. Definitely 100% worth it. We're with David. He's going to be walking us through everything today. And it was totally worth it to us. We love going on a tour, hearing about things.
Learning new things.
Yeah, that we wouldn't normally be able to do on our own. It's totally worth it just to be able to kind of walk right in.
And getting to see things that we've heard about.
Yes.
And maybe seen in pictures and in books.
Yeah.
But never got to see live.
Yes. And the basilica's closed, so we're a little disappointed. There's an event or something going on. Yeah. So St. Peter's Basilica's closed, so we're a little disappointed with that, but there's nothing that we can do. There's really nothing we can do. We're going to enjoy the Vatican. We're excited to be here, and we'll see what we see. And it is what it is. Sometimes timing doesn't work, so it's okay.
Imagine that that fountain was relocated when they destroyed Constantine Church, 1500, put it back to here, never moved since then. This was found in Rome in the 1490s, okay? it represents the perfection. Look how beautiful this Apollo face is.
Yeah, it is perfection.
Look at the marble vest. It looks like so smooth.
So this statue was missing and found in the 1500s. And when they found it, Michelangelo said to the Pope, you have to buy this statue because it's an original. And so the Pope bought it, and this one and another statue were the original statues in this Vatican Museum. I'm gonna butcher it, Le Montare, which is supposed to have really good Roman-style pizza. And we're very excited to have this. And we also got some soupli. So we'll let you know how it is, but it looks really good. Looks really good. So this is the view from the rooftop of our hotel, and it's just beautiful. I really thought that they would have a bar or something up here, and although it's beautiful, I thought I thought there'd be more up here. It's a rooftop terrace. They don't call it a rooftop bar. So technically you could get a drink from the bar downstairs and just come up here and drink it and bring it up here. So it's beautiful up here. So our pizza dinner was really good. It was delicious. That was a 10 out of 10 for sure. It was Roman style. So there's a couple different styles. That was Roman style. So it had like the flatter crust.
Right.
And that was a margarita pizza that we had, and it was delicious. So then we had the soupli, which was delicious. We had a very traditional one with rice and cheese. I'd love to try another kind, but that's the kind that we got. And then we just walked around Trastevere for a little while, which is beautiful, and just kind of took it in a little bit. We've been doing so many tours that we haven't had a chance to really soak in Italy in that respect. So it kind of felt like it's a night, and we're happy that tomorrow we kind of have all day to ourselves, and then we have a food tour, so stay tuned for that. And then we board our cruise ship on Monday, but today was a really good, busy day. The food we've had so far has been fantastic.
Wonderful.
The hotel is wonderful. It's in such a good location, and everything was walkable that we walked through tonight. Within 5-10 minutes, we were right there.
And not a bad walk.
No, not a bad
fairly
walk.
easy, just a little bit of a grade coming up to the hotel. But
Okay, we're just getting ready to start our food tour. It's called a Twilight food tour in Trastevere, and we booked it through Europe Food Tours. So we'll let you know how it is. We're sitting here relaxing for a few minutes. Our meeting point is in about 20 minutes.
just over that way.
Yeah, so we're so close. We're like 3 minutes away. We're like, let's sit in the shade for a few minutes and get ready to start our food tour. And I hope it's a good one.
We're eating in Italy.
It said come hungry.
Come hungry.
There's a couple places I want to go, so I hope it goes to. If not, we might have to hit a place or two tonight before we end the night, because it's our last day in Roma.
We're about to have a food tour that will span over 2 neighborhoods, actually. The neighborhood of Trastevere, which is just across the bridge over there. And for the last stops, we're going to cross over to the historic center. So it's a beautiful, let's say, look out to the city's best neighborhoods, especially the ones where people go for food and drinks. Okay. So this is our first stop. Was home to the early Jewish community back in ancient Roman times, and ever since it's been settled with a lot of little synagogues, and this was one of them. It was a synagogue in the 11th century, 1,000 years ago. You can even still see the carved Hebrew letters at the bottom of the column. They say House of the King, as in the House of God. And this synagogue suffered a fire in 1259, and the inside got burned down. but basically this was the Roman level. And a funny thing is that this place is a great example for our typical Roman lasagna effect. We call it the archaeological lasagna effect, because it shows all the different layers of history. That, my friends, was actually the door, one of the doors of the synagogue.
Wow.
In the 11th century. So 1,000 years later, when this was all buried underground, their normal ground floor would be that one.
Wow.
Where you see all the bars that they prepared for their foundation. And they placed, using probably some of the remains, they thought, oh, comes in very handy, it's a solid foundation, let's use it for our synagogue. And they built their synagogue on top of that. Just creating a well that you will see on the other side of the restaurant when we go up, that they needed for their ritual, for spiritual purpose. They created a well which will go just close to the courtyard, even further down.
That's nice. Off we go.
Okay, and off we go.
L'Arena is an institution here in Trevi since late 1800, which is quite a while, and it's a very iconic place. They are very famous in the first place for the loaf of bread, because the loaf of bread that they have is sold to all the restaurants in the neighborhood. Now, when we go inside to have our tasting, which is better than the loaf of bread, you will notice people that come in and buy like bags with a lot of loaves of bread. That is all the restaurant workers that come and buy like throughout the whole day the bread for all the restaurants where you will sit in Trastevere, even the more farther down. We're gonna have actually another iconic dish from Ciao! 12 tutti normali. It's a must try when in Rome. Porchetta sandwich.
With my Coke Zero.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
When in Rome.
Porchetta sandwich on the piazza bread. On the piazza.
Yeah, yeah. See.
Ooh.
Looks good.
Grazie.
Good.
I have had porchetta at home and would never order it again
No,
because it's not this porchetta.
it's so good.
This is done right.
Yep.
This is thousands of years of learning how to cook it correctly,
So good.
and it's amazing.
So this is the place where we're actually going to have our artichoke, and it's a place that is known for the wine selection that we have. It's called Enoteca Ferrara. Enoteca is always the places that are famous for the wine. So originally this place in 1500s was a monastery, not just any monastery. So Mark, right?
Yes.
Was very keen on the history of the language
Yes.
and the composition of the words. So this place was actually accepting the orphans. When girls would stay pregnant out of marriage, that was like a shame. And they would often abandon the baby.
Oh.
So instead of like abandoning it just somewhere where
Yeah.
it could die, they were accepting these babies.
this is what?
Spumante.
Spumante.
So spumante continues to age in the bottle,
Unlike Prosecco,
unlike Prosecco,
which will turn to vinegar.
which will turn to vinegar.
But it's a similar style. It's better than Prosecco.
Better than Prosecco.
Yeah.
Entirely edible. You can eat all of it. It's trimmed. It's trimmed in a way that you take off the outer leaves. Already, it's per se, it's a plant that is very soft. A Roman artichoke is very soft. You can eat. You can pick the leaves like chips, like artichoke chips. Feel free to eat it also with your hands. Bravissima. Bravissima.
Crunchy, nice.
So good. I wouldn't have tried this in a million years, and it's so good.
Beautiful.
When she said you can eat the whole thing.
Who would have thought that the place that we had dinner at last night
The best Roman pizza and soupli.
was the place that our food tour takes us to today?
Because she said it's the best Roman pizza and soupli. So we'll believe her.
I'm gonna take you to have dinner in a place that has as much history as the first place.
Oh, cool.
Because it's actually set in the ruins of an ancient theater built in 55 BC.
Wow.
And it's also a place that is known for doing a very good sugo of amatriciana. So you're gonna have an amatriciana pasta and then also a second course.
Oh.
Like on festivities, we don't go for just first course or just second. We do them both.
We're no quitters.
So we're gonna have amatriciana pasta, and then as a second course, parmigiana di melanzane, the eggplant parmigiana.
Ah.
One of my favorites. Which is like a lasagna,
Yeah, I love it.
the eggplants instead of the pasta.
Wonderful.
With the choice of wine, red and white, so you might want to try the white wine.
Or both, or just both.
Or both, which is also fine. So follow me.
We're walking to our next location, which is dinner. So everything we've had so far has been an appetizer. And now we're headed to dinner. And I think it's a 2-course dinner, which is what she said. Oh my goodness, the food's been amazing. This is an amazing tour.
Just the one on the other side of the street here will be Piazza Navona, for you to orientate in where we are right now. So Piazza Campo dei Fiori, which also is translated as Field of Flowers, is one of the very few piazzas in Rome without a church.
Oh.
How come there is no church on this square? Any guesses? So this was the square where the execution.
I was just going to say, I wonder if it was execution.
Worse than our guess. Oh, we should know
This
by the
guy, Giordano Bruno, that you see over there, has been burnt at stake in 1600 for having some too avant-gardistic beliefs for the Vatican. There's more than 2,500 of these to Rome, and if you drink like this here, you're gonna be set or detected immediately as a tourist.
Okay.
Romans drink like this.
Ah.
Ole!
Bravo.
You remember that I told you that any time we'd go underground in Rome, we're also traveling back in time, like with our first stop. So here again, We're traveling back in time to 55 before Christ to the ground floor of the ancient Roman theater of Pompeii. Artichokes, the red grape that is harvested in Castelli Romani, our local grape, but this won't be the house wine, this is from a canteen. But the grape, Cesanese and Frascati, is the grape that would be the selection of a house wine. If you go to the trattoria and you ask for the house wine. The fat is melting away, so it's basically almost our base instead of the oil or the butter. We don't use any oil in the butter, any garlic, any onion.
Okay.
So only 4 ingredients for our matriciana: pork cheek, tomato sauce, grated pecorino cheese, and black pepper.
Wow.
The lasagna. It's like a lasagna, but made with fried eggplant. Placed in a layering with mozzarella, parmigiano, besciamella, tomato sauce. It's a Sunday dinner of the grandma. It's very difficult to find it in restaurants. In the trattoria, you won't find it because it's not the typical Roman dish. You find it in restaurants.
This pasta is called amatriciano. Amatriciano. Just so I remember what it is. So this is their version of the eggplant parmesan. So we'll see how it is. It looks good, but we'll see how it is. The pasta was delicious, divine, perfect, fantastic, perfect. It was so good. It's been so good so far. Don't let me walk into something. So she said this was the best gelato in Rome. Ooh. And it has no artificial flavors or something like that. We'll have to try because we've had gelato already. So we'll see. We get to have 2 scoops.
We'll be the judge.
Yes.
Cone or cup.
2 scoops. Wow.
And if you like, also whipped cream on top. Our whipped cream in Rome is unsweetened.
Said that there's 8 kinds of chocolate. 8 kinds of chocolate. It looks like they have some nice tiramisu as well.
Look at that.
Overall, the food tour was fantastic. We were so tired that night, we totally forgot to film an outro. So we're home again, but the food tour was amazing. And you'll be happy to know I learned to say Trastevere. It took me 3 days, but I learned how to say it. Again, the food tour was amazing. We walked around the city. It was about 3.5, 4 hours or so, and it was amazing. Our entire stay in Italy was definitely quick. We did a lot of things in a short amount of time, and we don't regret any of it because it was amazing. We were just exhausted, so by the time we got on the cruise ship, we were tired. But overall, everything was fantastic. The food tour was amazing. The hotel was wonderful, and we had a wonderful stay in Rome.